Welcome, YouTube viewers. I'm excited today to bring you Emotional Core Therapy app and Emotional Core Therapy process, which is scientifically proven to be the most effective model available worldwide to treat cigarette addiction, nicotine addiction. This goes for vaping, cigarettes, etc. Let's dive right into the app and show you how it works. First, before we start, let's look at on the front page of the app, there's a section on the bottom for links. There's a training video, an hour-long training video that helps you learn about the 8-step process. There is a settings section which has an About Us section, which describes how to use the app. It's best to use the app for small stresses in one life first. The app helps you monitor your 4 emotions, which are joy, grief, fear, and relief. These cause the body stress, and the key emotions are grief and fear, which are described right here. These two harmful effects are what people suffering from cigarette addiction, nicotine addiction suffer from. Now let's go back to the home section. Here's how the ECT app works. So what we do is there's seven basic steps to any stressful event. That could be whether it's cigarette smoking or anything else you do in life that causes you stress. So this app can be used not only for cigarette addiction, but for anything you're facing in life. That's the beauty of it. Once you learn this process, you actually have the most effective model in the world for happiness. You can monitor your happiness, which is one of the 4 true emotions too. So let's start with this process right here. Let's say a person named Joe wants to use the app to deal with cigarette addiction. So he starts the app right here. What is causing you stress today? Smoking cigarettes. He types it right in there with his hands. Smoking cigarettes. What relationship are you entering? Are you leaving today? Cigarette smoking is his stress. And so he puts that in there. You can talk to the app or write it out. He's writing it out right here. The next stress is what is the prominent need of someone or something that's causing you stress today? The app allows you to put into framework the needs that cause you stress. We break them down into categories: emotional, financial, physical, spiritual. Now in this case, he's not spending a lot of money, maybe $5, $10 a day. The financial stress isn't a great one. It's the physical stress on his body. So we click on that link. The beauty of this app is you can research the internet for something more detailed if you don't know anything about it. So let's go to the Google section here. Let's go now into nicotine, harmful effects. And you can cut and paste the harmful effects of nicotine after you read them. So you're reading exactly what is causing you stress, the physical needs on your body. So we copy that, and we go back, close out this app right here, and we plug it in right here. And we plug it into the app. So you can really take control and acknowledge the things that are causing you stress, what it's doing to your body. Nicotine may cause hardening of the artery walls, which may lead to heart attack. There's some other effects that I put in there a second ago. So you can be as detailed as you want. For some of my clients, we go in detail. There's pages and pages on some of the harmful effects of nicotine. But each person is different in what causes them stress. But once we put that into the app, we go to the next section, which is what senses are being aroused when you smoke cigarettes. Well, you see it, you smell it, probably touch it, and maybe taste it too. So most of your senses are being aroused. The next step is what emotion is aroused in this encounter. Let's say this person is suffering debilitating effects. He smokes a couple packs a day, has trouble breathing, etc. So he rates his grief, 1 to 10, maybe a 75 out of 100. Which is 7.5 out of 10. So really what you're looking at is immense grief this is causing him. When people use addictions, they start out because it makes them feel good. After a while, they realize it makes them feel bad. There's like a crash to most addictions. So you monitor your body for the stress that you have, that you're choosing something that's causing you hurt. That's why the app is so effective. So next, that we look at the symptoms of depression, sadness, anxious mood, hopelessness, guilt. Some of these are causing the body feels this way after a while, for serious cases of addiction of nicotine. Next one is, where do you feel this stress? Stress reverberates from your brain, goes to your brain, throughout your muscles and tendons. It reverberates throughout the body like an echo or alarm system, causing the body stress. People that are really addicted to cigarettes, they have all kinds of bodily stress for weeks and months. The next step is where do you feel this stress? Let's say he feels it in his chest, so he writes it there. You can actually use the voice activation system right here. Click on that. Chest. So you write that down. So you can use the app like you're talking to your girlfriend or boyfriend. It's wonderful. You can use it any time of the day or night. That's why these apps are so helpful. You can work with your counselor, therapist, whoever you're working with to help you, your coach, whoever you're working with to deal with the stress. The next step is, how do you release the stress? There's many different ways to release the stress. In this app, we use talking and writing it out, which are very tried and true methods. So I'm stressed today regarding my relationship choice with cigarettes. And I'm feeling an authentic emotion of grief. So let's write that down. Grief. The next step is there's really only 7 steps to the process, but we look at mindfulness as a way to calm yourself down. It's a good technique to reset. So let's watch the video now and see how you stay calm. Most of the time, when we throughout the day, we want to learn calming techniques. It helps us make better decisions.
Let your mind relax and daydream. Whatever thoughts come and go in your mind, simply observe them as if from a distance. Notice your breathing. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 3 and out through a count of 6. Feel yourself slowly regaining yourself from the stress of the outside world. When you reach a calm state of being, click on the icon below to end the 8-step process.
So now we go to the home section. You don't always have to use the 8-step. There's only 7 steps to the process, so you can just go and skip step 8 if you want. But this person, now that he's learned this process, he can use it 5, 10 times a day to really examine why he's making these decisions. Why spend 5, 10, 20 dollars a day for something that's truly making you unhappy? So it's a wonderful app to really examine how you truly feel. And as remember, with the app, we showed you that you can monitor your happiness there, so you can monitor any relationship stress you're going through: job loss, divorce, sickness, everything else. Now let's show you some more features of the app too. It has a book section right here, which has my 8 books. This emotional core therapy right here is a training course for mental health and medical professionals throughout the state and in previous times in the country. We have articles on journal article on topics of depression, happiness, addictions, etc. These are teaching tools. We have journal articles on cigarette addiction too. So what happens is, these are wonderful teaching tools: the books, the videos, the app itself. So you take your time with this process. You now can use this anytime, day or night, and learn to treat the root cause of the addictions, cigarette addiction. It's a wonderful process, and by treating the root cause, you're learning yourself to identify and monitor the things that cause you stress. From the time we're born to the time we die, the body has a stress. The stress is the temporary arousal of one of the 4 emotions, which are joy, grief, fear, and relief. They serve as a navigation tool in life. We want more joy and relief. We want less grief and fear. So we have to learn to move away from things that cause us grief and fear. That's the important thing to teach young people too. If I put my hand on the stove and it burns, I don't do it again, right? So why would I enter into relationships that causes grief and fear? One of the key aspects of this app is it makes you take autonomy and control over your decision making. It's kind of based on mindfulness-based psychotherapy, which is very similar to what we're doing here. You're making decisions and you're taking responsibility for these decisions and how you feel. Thanks so much, Bob Moylan, psychotherapist.